Welcome to Prevention 365 podcast edition. Uh, this is your host, Carol Almeda, and for today, we have with us AADAP Community Prevention Organizer Richard Bis, who has earned the moniker the Green Thumb of AADAP. So let's find out why. Hello, Richard. The
Hello,
first
Carol.
the first question is, this is really interesting considering that this we're doing this during the harvest season, fall. As you know that autumn is harvest season as well. So my first question is, how did you start to grow your garden?
Well, it's very simple. I actually found space. I used to live in LA where we rented an apartment, but we had a perfect opportunity to move to Carson, and the house that we got had plenty of space. So it was very perfect for planting. I came from a family of farmers and gardeners. So finally having space, I was like, yes, yes, you know, you found space. And then also it's very simple again when you start any garden, you need basic stuff. You need soil, seeds, cuttings, water, and plenty of sunshine. And my garden is perfect with all of that stuff. So also I found it very resourceful to recycle containers, bottles, to create your own do-it-yourself pots, right? And then finally, you know, again, moving into a new place, we had broken cabinets, we had a lot of broken shelves. So there you go, it's the idea. Do it yourself, raised beds. So I just put it on the ground, put soil on it, and now you have raised beds.
Thank you, Richard. That's really very interesting. It's the concept of having a new environment, a new place with a lot of space. Okay, so let's move on to the second question. Actually, Richard, we're excited to know what is in your garden.
Okay. Well, we started in the garden with plants. No flowers, no flower pots or plants. Like we had pots that we had in the old apartment. They call them mother-in-law's tongue. So we started with those kind of plants, but then we moved on and expanded. And I mean, moved on and expanded. We are talking about vegetables, Filipino vegetables, calabasa. We also have ampalaya, tomatoes and eggplants. There you go, pinakbit.
Can you explain what kalabasa is? Kalabasa is squash, right? Kalabasa is squash or pumpkin, you know. And then what did you mention again? What else?
Tomatoes, eggplants,
Yeah, tomatoes and eggplant,
bitter melon.
bitter melon, that's ampalaya. Oh, yeah. And pinakbet, that's a famous vegetable dish in the Philippines, right? Especially in the northern part of the Philippines, right?
Which is where my family's from, in the northern part of the Philippines.
Yeah, great, great. So the connection is there. Now, a follow-up question, Richard, is there a special meaning to what is found in your garden for you, aside from the fact that it reminds you of a dish at home in the Philippines? Is there a special meaning to what is found in the garden for you?
Yeah, no, definitely. Part of it's cultural, right? And then part of it also is growing up. A lot of the plants that we have is like, oh, I have a banana tree, I have an orange tree. Those were some of my favorite fruits growing up, you know. And then, but lately with all the things that's happening, I got into succulents.
Mhm.
Succulents are like cactus type plants, and they're really easy to grow. You get one, you cut out a leaf or a piece, soak it in water, when you recycle container, soak it, and then slowly it's gonna root out. And once it roots out, you put it in a container with soil, and not only will that one leaf grow, you're gonna have a whole plant with 10 or 20 more leaves. So to me, succulents always means a new beginning, a new way of transforming your life into something new. And there's a lot of benefits to that, especially in garden.
Oh my, Richard, that's very inspirational, you know. Finding space, finding a new environment, growing a garden, and connecting it to family, to your origins, to your culture, and to a new beginning. Oh my God, that's very inspirational, Richard. Now, the third question is, describe yourself as a green thumb, or who is Richard as a green thumb?
I could say honestly, green thumb to me is deep essence of what I am. You know, I like green environmentalist. I was always being an environmentalist. I care about the environment. I care about all the trees, all of the air, and also our environment when it comes to the people around us. Right. A garden is a very special way for that. Why? Growing up, when people, family get together, it wasn't inside the house, it was outside in the garden.
Mhm.
So we were together all the time outside in the garden, and we would talk about the plants and everything. But being an environmentalist, I think that's why I see myself as a green thumb. But now, with what the gardening that I have, green time is simple, right? A leaf that you pull out and it's gonna grow more and more.
Thank you, Richard. That's really a perfect analogy between, a perfect analogy of having a garden, having just growing just one leaf and how the leaves can grow and can bloom, And so, final question, Richard, it's being a green thumb or earning the moniker of a green thumb and considering yourself as a green thumb, as an environmentalist, and at the same time, a community organizer for community prevention of AADAP, what will be your prevention message to communities and to people out there?
Oh, definitely. Gardening is in itself, the essence of it is prevention. You find wellness, you find different alternative to the drugs, the substance use, and there's a lot of benefits in gardening. Okay. it builds strength, it improves your memory, it boosts your moods. You reduce stress by gardening. you know you can be burning calories digging up the soils, things like that. So, and the last thing is that you're not fostering human relations by using drugs and abusing and hurting yourself. You're fostering human relations by with these plants. My neighbors come by once in a while and I go, would you like to have this? And they would say, yeah, so it'd be a gift to my neighbors. That's all part to me being a green thumb and gardening. There is a wellness alternative to drugs and alcohol.
Oh my God, Richard, I I won't be able to add anything to that. That is simply masterful, I would say. That is simply masterful. I would like to leave your message to our audience, to our listeners, to the people and communities out there. Thank you so much for this time, Richard. I know you're very busy nowadays with Red Ribbon Week coming, but you know, it's been a pleasure talking with you as a green thumb, you know,
Oh,
and
thank you, Carol. It's
and
amazing.
and all about growing your garden. And so we bring to a close today's podcast episode, The Green Thumb of AADAP with Richard Bis. Join us every Wednesday on the Believe Network for Prevention 365 podcast. The podcast can also be accessed through Apple and Spotify or through AADAP's YouTube channel, that is AADAP. People need people. Have a good day, everyone.